Awesome. What's up, everyone? I am going to wait a little bit just to let people pop in here. Um, Hopefully, my thing on Discord will pop for us because I've gone live. There we go. It's now popped up on the Discord. But we are back for another For Honor Battle League Season 3 duels. Yes, we are back at it yet again for another one. 50K still on the line. And yeah, so I'm going to give this time for a couple more people to pop on in. If they pop on in. If not, they can catch this on YouTube later. Um, so yeah, just to go over a few things. We did kind of end up with an uneven number. So what that means is that we're going to have to um, kind of switch it up because we can't do divisions right now. So we're gonna have to kind of switch it up, um, which is more than likely gonna work out perfectly fine. We'll continue through it. It's our first season where we had an uneven number of players of combatants, so we got to figure out what we're gonna do with that. But as always, we roll with our punches and we come out on top. So with that being said, just so everyone knows, next season is going to be the 4v4 comp teams. And then actually, we're going to have King of the Hill in October. I believe that's October 15th. We'll have another King of the Hill event, which should be fun. That was an awesome go of it. Um, as always, we are still looking for two more people. So if two more people can join, we'll fix the divisions, make our divisions. But until then, we'll stick with this route. But to go over the rules real quick and welcome everyone. We'll go over the rules real quick. I'm gonna do them short and simple. I normally do these conferences, they take about an hour. We're not going to be doing that. I'm gonna try to make it quick and easy. Just so everyone understands. Definitely want to go over the core of what the Battle League is all about. So let's just start off real quick. The Battle League is um, a season and playoffs tournament. So how does that work? Well, I'll go over that in a second. So this may take us a little bit of time to get through, right? It's not a single day tournament. Our only single day tournaments are our King of the Hill battles, um, which is awesome. They're a lot of fun too. So let's go over the rules real quick. I believe it's going to be in my screen recorder. Okay. So first things first, we're not going to go over this, but I'm going to explain to you some of the rules that we're going to be doing. In each of our face-offs, we'll be doing 5 matches straight. So that means that by the end of your season, you may have 15 to 20, depending on where you place on the standings. So in the season, we play for points, and our point system runs as follow. You get 2 points for winning your matches, a point for every execution, win or lose. Okay, so even if you're losing, as long as you're scoring 2 executions, you'll come out with 6 points. So you could light your way through and only end up with 6 points, but the points are everything that places you in the standings. So this time around, we're going to do 5 matches, um, where all 5 have to be played. This is not, like I said, this is the season. So you're going to play your opponent 5 times in a row. Um, and you're going to try to score as much points between winning and getting executions. Executions is key to the Battle League. This is where your bonus points come in and they stay. What do you use for the points that you make? Well, if you make it to the playoffs, you will then be able to buy back the heroes that you have burnt through the season. And what I mean by that is that every time you use a hero during your season, they become burnt. Okay, so if you play Warden, and then your next match you play Raider, Warden's burnt out. He cannot be played against your second or third opponent. Okay, but you can use Warden through all 5 of your matches, and then he becomes burnt out. Okay, so you want to score back your points for positioning on the polls and buying back your heroes. Now, we also introduced another thing called blockers. Blockers allow you to block enemy heroes from being played. Okay. So my advice, I track all the stats, I do everything like that. My advice would be to make sure you have your your knowledge on your opponent. You don't want to block a warden if it's already burnt out. So all that will be there. Um, Let me go through some things. Yeah, so what's going to happen is when I in the actual Discord, if you see, this is our Battle League HQ. You don't have to be in there, okay? The dual season will be up here. Everything else will be played into here, okay? So you should have access to all this. I will be placing all of your opponents in here, and I'll be setting up your matches in the league schedule. Now, how the league schedule will work is with the Apollo bot, you and your opponent will discuss and decide when your match is going to be. You're going to relay it back to me and or one of the other refs. You're going to tell us, hey, we agreed to do it on Friday at 12 p.m. I will set up the Apollo bot. I will put that in there. Kind of like this. And all you'll do is accept that you'll be there for the match. If you're not there for the match, then we do a little something different for that. Um, Give me a second. So you'll just communicate. You'll know who to fight because I'll have all the who you're fighting. Example, A is fighting B. I'll have you're both added in there. So remember, these are your categories that you can go into, and this is where everything's going to be. I do record every video, every match, if not my refs do, and the Battle League refs do, and we will be placing it so you guys can always watch them. All right, so you guys can always go back. You can share it, show your friends, all that fun stuff. Um, so this is we've gone through pretty much, yeah, the hero elimination. So, like I said, you use a warden for one match. You can use them for all your matches. And then, so I'll go over this more when we're in the meeting for it. I I'll explain more about that as I was explaining about the bonus points. Just real quick, we don't really allow emoting over dead bodies. Okay, this is a big no-no. We don't want to be toxic. We want to be fun and friendly, professional. I mean, it's just how it is. But I understand some of you guys want to celebrate. Celebration, like, anything respectful that isn't considered toxic, you can do just away from the body. But even if you do a toxic emote, like puking over someone or anything, that will become, that'll take some points away from you in the match. So every time you do it, so if you spam it, you can rack up 12 points. Um, But if they're alive, you can do everything. You can do every emote possible. This comes down to the fact that, like the monk and Highlander has emotes that are kind of based heavy. They can play games with you in the middle of a exchange. So we allow it while they're alive. And I mean, if you'd be toxic to someone and they end up whipping your ass, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to that. Um, Next thing is no cheating whatsoever. If you're suspected of cheating, you will be reviewed and banned indefinitely. Using broken tech falls under this also. So no broken tech, no cheating. We've already had to ban someone for broken tech. I got like 5 people that like to review these kind of things for cheating and stuff. I spend a lot of time on if someone's being accused of cheating to make sure I see all the signs of cheating. Now, I'm not going to go into everything that I look for because, that kind of gives someone else a loophole to figure me out. But we have caught cheaters, we have caught broken tech users. So, you know, don't do that shit. No spamming the same move over and over again. Now, what I mean by this is very simple. It's like the headbutt, like Warlord's headbutt. If you continuously spam his headbutt over and over and over again, we're gonna have issues. Someone that is hitting the light button 20 times, but in different directions and all that. I know some people want to call that spam, but to me, that just means you either got to learn how to light parry or you got to learn how to block those directions. Nowadays the meta is super, super punishing for light attackers. If you learn how to light parry, you pretty much hope for someone that throws nothing but lights. Otherwise, a lot of people know how to switch that up now and focus on heavies and stuff. Um, So yeah, so this, no spamming, no none of that. There is some other rules we're gonna go over. This is what you have to don't listen to that. I actually have to delete this here. You will have a ref for every match. We will not be doing no refs. I tried that once with someone else, and it was a no go. Pretty easy how to host your matches. One player must host the match and then use the map assigned to them during the week. Once you and your opponent agrees to host, please follow these instructions. You head to custom. You'll go to game mode. You will pick duels, and then you will whatever you're using, you will change the rules. The rules are to the follow up will be unmarked, allow auto add bots unmarked, allow spectators mark, add spectator delay 0 seconds, event content you can mark it, rounds to win best of 5 rounds. Okay, we're not the brawls had best of 9. We're saving those for the playoffs. Round timer is off. This gives time for the refs to get into the match, and I'll explain that in a second. Gear perks unmarked, damage normal, radar unmarked. Parry flash indicator has to be off. If it's on, the ref will tell you to restart the match. Um, you will go back and then select map selection. We will have the assigned maps for everyone during the week, and you can get in there and do what you got to do. We're not going to worry about the playoffs right now, so we're not there yet. Okay, so this is important. There's a lot of these rules I have to go back and rewrite because I just didn't have the chance. I've been working on the Dominion rule set right now, and I felt like I could come back to this after I finished the 4v4s. But we will always have a ref, okay? So you cannot just be like, "Hey, I'm ready to fight right now," and you not give us time. So there's an 8-hour delay between us hosting your or refing your match and you guys um fighting it. So like tonight, don't because tonight officially the season starts. You can start talking to your opponents. I'll have everyone's stuff up by tonight on who they have to fight. So start communicating with your opponent and ask him when he's available. We got 4 weeks to get this through, possibly 5, depending on how things are gonna go. But you only have to do one match a week. All right, guys. And the reason why I do this is because I give everyone time to practice and to really get into the flow of things. Because what if today you really wanted to do it and you can't because your boss just called you in and then you lost everything? No, at least this way you can reschedule because you got a week in advance to fucking get this match done. So like, hey, bro, my boss just called me. I can't make it, so I'm gonna have to reschedule this for maybe Wednesday if you're free. And then that person, oh yeah, I'm free Wednesday or whenever. You know what I mean? We do it this way. We're very friendly on that manner. I've been in tournaments that required you to be there, and if something happened, your kid choking on a freaking screw, and you had to go to the hospital for it, they would still cut you out of the tournament. So it's pretty cutthroat. We're not. Not talking bad on anyone, just saying I get on a single day tournament. That's why I never wanted it to be this way. Um, so like I said, I used to do a bunch of stuff like if you were late or couldn't make it to your match. I'm telling you just like this now, if you don't make it to your match when on agreed upon time, I leave it up to your opponent. So if your opponent says, "You know what? I can't I can't reschedule. I'm going to have to take the win," he's going to take the win, right? It's different if you reschedule in advance. You come to me and you say, like 5 hours before the match, you tell me, "Hey, I couldn't make it." But if you're 2 hours late to the match and you're like, "Hey, man, my bad, I forgot about it," or anything, something happened, it's up to your opponent. You're going to have to explain it to your opponent, because we don't like that kind of stuff. We don't like people saying they're going to show up and not show up. So what will end up happening is you'll get five. I froze. I don't think I froze. Still showing me good. Not sure. Hopefully I'm not frozen. Maybe restart, buddy. Um, yeah, because I got internet. I got internet. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so we'll focus on that after. I always go over the rules anyways when we're all right, cool. Awesome to hear, buddy. I always go over the rules anyways. When we get into the match, I go over just one more time, not so in depth as this, but In order to do cross-platform, we have to use Ubi Connect. That's why I said if you guys want to change your names, I'm not pressing the issue, but it's so much easier than what's your Ubi Connect? Oh, how's it spell? How's it this? How's it that? It's already in your name, so they can just boom, 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 add you. It's done. You know what I mean? Um, so this just tells you how to do it. It's very simple. First, you go to the group page, then press Ubisoft Connect, then you go to social, and from there, you know, but most important thing is lagged out issues. If you're in a match and your opponent happens to lag out, the match will resume with the current score. Meaning for all you rage quitters that think you can get a pass, like, oh, my stuff happened, boom, it's not going to happen. So I will say in the Battle League, we don't have that. Next thing is if there is connectivity issues between you and an opponent, we will get into our own private session between me and you, and I will test your connection out. If you are not able to have a steady connection, then, we're going to have to let you go. It's important. No, cool, cool. Good to know I'm fine on YouTube's. No McDonald Wi-Fi over here, all right? I, uh, I pay a lot of money for this Wi-Fi. I got freaking 3 cell phones running. I got 2 PlayStation 5s running. I got 2 computers running. I got everything. I'm streaming on top of that. That I'm taking up about 300 megabytes for it. So, I mean, and I could still run and play For Honor like it's nothing. So, I will be able to know if your connectivity is dog shit. Honestly. Um, so this is a new rule, but it's new as it's a 2023. This is a buyback system. This is what we did. This is our tiebreaker rules. Don't worry about that. I'll explain it if it comes down to it. So there is a no unlock and lock on tech we're implementing, which is we have not you guys, but we have been. It's been brought to our attention that sometimes people can unlock and lock on right in the middle of a duel and get a free hit. I know a lot of people say it doesn't happen anymore, but we were testing it, and it certainly does happen. It might not give you a free hit, but it can be very unexpected if you're in the mix-up of a combo and then you just unlock and then hit someone. It's cheap in the sense of it could stop them from parrying. So no more unlocking lock on. That is gone. This isn't brawls anyways. You don't need to constantly lock on lock on. Um, I did kind of mess up and put Brawl League chat here. Um, so yeah, this is what I was saying. No more spontaneous. I'm ready. Right now matches. Plan ahead with your opponents and message any ref, and I'll switch it. You're gonna let me know in the dual chat. Um, the time and date so we can make sure we are free, right? Because we were doing this with the other 2 seasons where, man, it was rough. Like, we would just have people be like, we're ready to fight now. And I'd be like in the middle of dinner and I'd have to drop everything. Like, I don't want to do that no more. That's why I said there's an 8 hour wait for that to happen, that match to happen. So if you tell me at 12 p.m. on a Saturday, hey, man, our match is at 8 p.m., I will be there. I will make sure I'm not doing nothing. If I'm doing something, the other ref will make sure he's not doing something. Um, right now, I know there's 2 refs we got going. 2 had to take a break. But so we're pretty much good on that end. And this is what I was talking about. We're introducing a new blocker system. What this means, each player will start with 2 blockers, but earn one for every 2 matches they win. So it doesn't matter if you win 2 matches and you lose 3, you're still going to get that blocker. And then your next opponent, you win 2 matches or 4 matches, it'll increase your thing from 2 to 5. You will use your blockers at the start of the battle. You'll let me or the ref know these are the blockers I am using against my opponent, and they will not be able to use that character nor you. I forgot to mention that. It just knocks them out of the game completely. So you can't just be like, well, I'm going to block, like the new Japanese guy, and then I'm going to use him myself. No, it blocks them out completely for everybody. Um, where's this real quick? Yeah, like I was saying, don't make sure you follow. I post all the stats in here. All the stats are going to be in league stats. This will include your kills, your death, your KD, your executions, all your heroes that's been used, everything. I track everything. The entire count of the season gets tracked. So we do that as well. Our previous Hall of Fame of the other 2 seasons, we're in season 3. We just did Brawl. So I'm not surprised. Brawl was very, very challenging, so I'm not surprised a lot of people kind of didn't show up this time. The duel season is tough. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This tournament will put you through your paces. Um, I was hoping for a little bit more participation because we had like 24 people for the Brawl League, but it's also the end of freaking. We're in the middle of summer, so vacations, all that kind of stuff. It is what it is. I can't force anyone to play, nor will I ever. But I knew that there was a lot of people that were looking forward to it, and then messaged me privately telling me, like I can't make this season, or when's the next dual season. I'm like telling them next year because we this will take 2 months, and then November, December um is 4v4, so that'll bring us into 2025, where the next dual season will probably be either February or towards the end of January. Um, I do like to keep it going like dual, brawl, dual, 4v4, dual, brawl, duel, because we have the King of the Hill event that is a 1v1, right? That is entirely a 1v1. So, just to do a quick summary, and I'll let you all go. Like I said, I'm not going to be doing divisions this time around because we're uneven unless in the next 4 hours we get 2 more players and then I can create the divisions. I will be using the Wheel of Victims. I like that name. We called that there in the King of the Hill event. So it is on here. It's random. I just type in everyone's name, and I'll be eliminating the people that are matched up with each other, and we'll have everyone fight everyone. The good news is we're at an even number. We're not at an odd number, so at least everyone can match up. It would suck if we had an odd number, but not bad. 14 people, not bad at all. It should be a very good thing. So which means we're probably going to, because there's 14, we'll probably do top either. I'm thinking either top 8 or top 12 make it to the playoffs. If we do top 12, we'll have another wild card division. We did that for season 2. Um, so we'll either go wild card or we will go 8 and just keep it flowing easier. But either or, whatever I decide for it, if I see like everyone doing really, really, really freaking good, I'm not gonna make it 8. But if there's some people that are struggling, we might have to. I mean, I did join this one to even it out. I wasn't going to join this season, but I felt like I had to keep the number even. Um, but some of you guys are too damn good, so I don't. I'm open to make the playoffs. That's about it. Uh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that's all that. So remember, this is a hero burn tournament. You use a hero, he gets burned. I can explain it more when we're 1v1 with each other. Actually, I did forget something. You cannot start a match without a ref present. So that means when you start your match, and I'll explain it too, before you start fighting each other, I need you guys to wait. That's why there's no timer. You need to wait for me to connect or one of the other refs to connect into the match and say, you're good to fight. Once we say you're good to fight, you'll be able to fight. Just remember, on the second match, we have to reconnect. So don't fight. This keeps protected you and your opponent. If your opponent just so happens to be, a cheater, I can see it. Other people can see it. If they're not, you know, boom, bada bing. And it keeps it fair. Because what if you're just sitting there and your opponent runs up and hits you? And, also remember, save all your videos just in case you see something we miss. Save it, send it, we will review it. Trust me, there's enough people in here that will review it and make sure the right decision is made. Um, I'm not I like to run it by people. I'm not just like some tyrant. I'm like, you go. If you happen to be my opponent, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna kick you for beating me. I fought in 3 tournaments, been won the first one, lost 2 of them, 3 of them. So I mean, no one got banned or kicked except for the cheaters. Um, so yeah, no starting the match without a ref. I'll go over that all. Like I said, we go into here, um, into the ref chat, explain it all. Once you're done your first match, you won't even need me to explain it ever again. If you're a seasoned vet here, I'm not gonna have to. You guys already know the get-go. Like I said, remember you can message your people in here, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. Once the season starts popping off, it gets chatty. Normally around week 2, week 3, it gets really chatty in here, so people end up turning off the notifications. And what ends up happening is you adding your opponent doesn't go through. So what you will want to do is click his name and message him directly. Get into contact, and start talking to each other, and boom, bada bing, you'll get your match. And then you come into the league chat and you message at Linus, this is the time we agreed to. Then I will go into here and put the what's it called? Put it kind of like with the Apollo bot, but instead there'll be just a green check mark. You just click the green check mark that you guys agree to the match. I'll even let you guys know to agree to it, and boom, bada bing, we are good. This helps us also the refs manage what time we have to keep free. I don't want to be like, hey, can't make it because I didn't see the time myself. So you gotta imagine I'm probably gonna be having 7 matches a week. So that's a lot of matches. Um, Blockers, all that, I'll explain. And now I'm just rambling. I don't want to ramble. I wanted to keep this under an hour. So any questions, feel free to ask it in the league chat, like I said. Oops, I went to the wrong thing. Into the league chat. Any questions, just at me in here. You guys can go over the rules. Listen, I'm going to be fixing these rules up later. I'm going through the 4v4 right now. It's a lot of writing. So I'm going to come back and redo these to the correct format. Um, we also have a dual hero tier list. I don't know if I added everyone. Oh yeah, I did. As you notice, the new hero isn't on there yet. I don't know how I feel about him just yet. I've seen a lot of really good players agree that this is the format for duels right now. Um, or close to it. It's not perfect. It's not perfect by a long shot. You may feel like, your main hero deserves to be an S tier, but I promise you, some of these guys, really skilled guys, they'll show you why these are S plus. Um, because they just excel in that field of dueling. Um, so I don't know where to place him just yet. I'm thinking about it. I mean, he is a one-trick pony, but he's also really good too. Like he has that freaking zone that is hyper armor, kind of like the Oss. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll have to see how the season goes. If you don't want to deal with him, remember you can ship the blocker off to him. That blocker runs the entire 5 matches. Okay, playoffs. I'll explain how those work in playoffs. But as of right now, they run the entire 5 matches. So remember, it eliminates the hero for you and your opponent. You're just taking them off the board, right? Don't want to deal with them at all. So you can do that. Once you run out of blockers, you're going to have to win some matches. You guys are going to do 5 matches. Possibly you might have to match up against 4. If there's people I feel like just didn't have the full potential matches, or they're struggling behind or they miss something, I'll have them fight some more of the lower end ranking guys. If some of you guys are just blowing through the scoreboard, you guys are already at like fucking 50, 60 points on the scoreboard, you're probably not going to have a 4th match. But you guys that are like 8, 9 points, you're probably going to have a 4th match if need be. Um, Hopefully not though. Hopefully we can just get everyone their 3 matches. You should be able to. So everyone should at least fight everyone 3. Everyone should at least fight someone in this tournament 3 times. 3 different people. One. Fuck, I'm confusing everyone. My bad. You know what I'm saying? You'll get your 3 matches minimum. possibly 4 if you're struggling. Um, but yeah, so I'll leave it at that. I know normally we do a division, a spin wheel, all that fun stuff. Can't do it. We're uneven right now, but we will do it as soon as we probably do in the 4v4s. We'll do it. That'll be freaking fun. But for right now, like I said, pay attention to wheel of victims. Message your opponents. Get back to me. I'm not here. I have other stuff going on. I can't I can give you guys your opponents. I can't plan them for you. Because if it's that way, I would have just made this a single day tournament and been like, you make it, you make it. You don't, you don't. But that's not how I want to. You guys got a week, official week. So Monday till next Sunday. Monday starts the official season. Next Sunday at my time, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. it ends. Sunday, 12 a.m. So, Monday to Monday. Okay. Um, So make sure you do that. And last thing but not least, thank you guys for participating. All right. Happy to do this. I'm excited to get back into the season. You can watch every single video from me here. For those that didn't make it, I'll have the YouTube video up for you guys real shortly. But until then, my friends, stay honorable. I'll catch you on the battlefield.